Two more technic. Hello? Ah! So I was messing with my mic and I did it wrong and I shouldn't have. So that was that. But hello. Welcome to the Quartz anniversary. Yay. Wait, let me open this too. Hype. Hype. I don't know if that played or not. Anyway, let's talk about how I've improved over the year with streaming. Um, anyway, I was saying that it's the first night. It's the glow up. We're already having issues. I love that for us. I also don't know why it used that font for that, but is what it is. Um, um, Hi. Oh my gosh. I started off muted, but we're good. We're good. We'll get there. Anyway, guys, welcome in. It has been almost a year. It'll technically be my first it'll be officially a year in 2 days on the 17th. But we're gonna celebrate my birthday, we're gonna celebrate the stream, we're just gonna have fun, and I'm trying my best, and we're just gonna try our best. You know what I mean? It happens. I was like messing with the noise gate on the mic, and it turns out that I just muted everything. The noise gate was very small.
You're doing
I
fine.
can't really see with this hat. Should I just do like this, like mysterious? You're doing amazing, sweetie. I added some new sound alerts, so I hope you guys enjoy that. But anyway, We're gonna be spending the next 3 nights, guys, celebrating the anniversary and the birthday. There it is. Exactly. I did put a cooldown on them for 5 minutes so that we're not going crazy with it. There it is. You found him. Thank you for that. Oh my gosh, thank you, user. How are you today, by the way? Um, by the way, guys, I just wanted to say that tonight is not about me. It's about us. It's about the gems. So I hope you guys are comfy. I hope you have a snack. I have some coffee to keep me energetic. We're gonna make some more memories tonight and talk about old memories. Um, and you know what? Over the past year, like we've built such a cute little special corner of the internet, and we've had lots of laughs, and it's been a lot of crazy. Had a lot of adventures. Okay, but overall, I just want you guys to know that every follow, every lurk, every sub, every chat message has created the space that is Courtstream. And I'm just so thankful for you guys. So cheers. Cheers to you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, concerns, whatever. Next question. BRB sounds good. If you have any questions or whatever, let me know. I saw that a certain game was on sale. It is called Unpacking. So I'm gonna be playing Unpacking for a little while. Bedtimes are so fun. Gonna cry 15 minutes in. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop. Guys, I even made myself a little schedule because I've never been doing this. Like, I've never done it before. But there's another thing I need to do is redo this alert source and also double check if something special's up. No, it's not. Okay, so I have some surprise emotes coming up, but they have to be approved by Twitch. So that I will save for next time. There we go. That should fix that. Ella. Yeah, Holly is also streaming. Make sure you also show her some love. She is in the middle of, oh, I forgot I was gonna do this now so you guys can see the gold gem on it. Also show Holly some love. She's in her first ever like Fortnite, what would you call it? I don't know. It's called like a girly palooza or something like that. And they are the Temu Power Ranger duo, and it's so stinking cute. So if you don't go watch her at some point, you should. I won't feel bad. Girly palooza. Don't quote me on that. They have t-shirts and everything. You have to see. I also posted a picture of her in my Discord and her Discord. If you want to see her as a Power Ranger, it's so cute. Well, now we got some ads, but let's see. What's on our docket first? I have a lot of new stuff. I'm really excited about it. Let's see. Oh, I was gonna talk about my favorite memory on stream. And if you're in an ad break, it's okay. It's just a short little memory. My favorite memory on stream is when I was having a really, really bad day. And I was like way down in the dumps. And I was like, I don't even want to stream. But I got on, I started crying. Hi Tater, welcome in. Welcome to the celebration. I got on stream and I was crying, and then everybody just sent me like a huge wave of love. And it was like that's what I wanted from streaming. I wanted a community that supports and encourages each other. I hope I can be that for you guys. I love that you guys are there for me. So that's my favorite Court Stream memory. If you guys have a favorite Court Stream memory, don't forget to put it in the Courts queue in Discord, or you can say it right now in chat. We are going to go over the few of them. My plan is to do that like 9:30-ish to look at your guys' favorite memories. So you have a little over an hour to think of a memory that you like, post it in the chat, or hi Holly, bye Holly. Hope you're having fun. So you have a little over an hour to either tell me what your favorite Court Stream memory is or post it in the Discord, and then I'll read it in a little over an hour. So occasionally I'll be doing random polls for you guys, and I will also be spinning a fancy wheel to show you all my hats. There is a total of 7, including this one. And for every sub over the next 3 days, I will be putting gems on my face. So there's also that. Anywho, I think I forgot to change this. Let's do the correct game. And we will, okay, Central Time. Central Time. And we'll enter the 3-day crazy with some chill unpacking. Sound good? Cool. All right, going to main game. That's right, I moved the camera up so you guys could see my whole face and my whole hat. I'll make it a little bigger. There we go. Also, if you want to, there's no pressure at all. Up here is a hype boss meter. I've done it once before and I wanted to see it's something fun. So for every follow, sub, bit, my HP gets lower and lower, and whoever finishes me off gets to be the new hype boss. And if you want to be the new hype boss, you have to finish them off. And if you are the hype boss, you can heal yourself by sending subs and bits. So, it's something fun. Whoever is the hype boss at the end will get a little something special, if it isn't me. So I hope you guys enjoy that. That's something fun. Also, later on, we're going to be giving away a $5 e-gift card, as well as a Twitch subby, and, surprise, surprise, a TikTok subby. So I hope you guys stick around. We're in for a fun night. Oh, the quartz queue? Let me double check. Permission. Okay. Permissions. Everyone view channel. Send messages. Let's see if this works. How about now? Thank you for telling me, because I had no idea. In fact, did it not sync now? Sync permissions. There we go. Maybe only mods could see it. That would make sense, because only mods have posted there so far. I also have, like, Batty Brat sent me a private message, if you prefer. Let me know if that works. Also, if you guys want a certain song, don't forget to do the song request. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but it is what it is. Okay, we're gonna unpack. It's gonna be chill. Also, I have my Bluetooth headphones in, so if any of the audio is messed up, let me know. What? 1997? I was 3 years old. I've actually been excited to play this game. It looks like a lot of fun. Basically, you just unpack everything. You know? Can I rotate it? Ooh, okay. Like that, maybe? Ooh, we got trophies. Okay, okay. I'm loving this. I feel like this would be a desk thing. We got a ruler. Ooh, a diary. Okay. Crayons, markers. I can open it? Okay, the diary would definitely be hidden in here somewhere. Ooh, can I hang this on the wall? Oh, nice. Put it here. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. Little piggy bank. How much stuff is in here? Is this like a photo album maybe? Probably in here, right? We got a little game thingy. Put it there. Have any of you guys played this before? Little spinning top. Rubik's Cube. Trash bin. Checkers. I feel like that would be in here. Ooh, operation, but they call it procedure. And that's one box done. Let's go. Ooh, there's even a drawer? Definitely in here. And then we can make this a thing. Another book. Put it there. Scissors. Can't put it in here. We'll put them here. Be super unsafe, you know. How much like free how much like freedom do they give me for this? What is this? Oh, it's a poster. That's cute. Let's put the books on here and like stack them. Ooh, I can pick them both at the same time. Game Boy Advance? That's so cute. It's gotta be an Advance. Game Boy Advance. Making beautiful mistakes. Boom. What is this? Oh, a Polaroid camera? Make some memories. Found your camera! You've always wanted to? Meg's part is so good. I miss you, by the way. I really miss you. And I really hope you're at least okay. If not great, then at least okay. You know? Tiny bus! Jump rope. I'll put that there. Done! Another book? How many books this girl got? We're just gonna line up the stuffies. Wait, I can move like this? Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Well, in that case, this poster would definitely be up here. And this would be up here, because when she's up in the bed, hello. Cute! It's like a little pony. Anybody else have My Little Pony? I loved My Little Pony. Ooh, like a superhero and a monster. And another pony. This is, oh, a little troll doll. This is such a cute room. Wait, what is that a Tamagotchi? Oh, she has a Tamagotchi. My Little Pony was the best. It was. Also, who else had like a billion stuffed animals? Because I did. I definitely did. A little piggy thingy. Cute. I also had a boombox. And I loved my boombox. Loved it. Let's put the scissors over here. somehow, and then we'll put this here. I don't know what this is. Are these her tapes? These are her tapes. Yeah, those will just go on the floor. We'll put that there. Okay, what was better, Bratz or My Little Pony? It's not really a comparison, but you know. Huh? It says these three things can't be here? Is that what it's saying? It's like these aren't gonna work out. Okay, well then let's put... No, I want to keep the piggy bank here. Let's put these over here. And this can go up here. And these can go here. This still doesn't have to go in the... Maybe it goes in the drawer? I did it! Yay! It tells a story too? Oh, I love that. Nice. Is the audio okay? Calm fun playing on my Xbox. I think I finished it 3 times. I love that. Have you guys also played A Little to the Left? Let's see. Anywho, Tater, I saw that you did the memory. Thank you so much. And thank you for telling me about the permissions not being synced. Also, while I'm thinking of it, Tater, a while ago, you opened up a ticket, and I'm just wondering if you meant to open up a help ticket, or if it was an accident. Something's going on with my channels, so I'm just making sure everybody can see all of my channels in Discord. Hi, honey. Going to bed?
What are you wearing?
What do you think I'm wearing?
Birthday.
It's a birthday hat.
Why are you wearing your birthday hat?
Don't
Why do you
question your
think?
mother.
Why do you think?
Because it's somebody's birthday.
It was my birthday. When was my birthday? Do you remember?
10 days ago.
Was it really? Yeah, it's the
No.
15th.
It is the 15th. Well,
10 days ago. You know. Thank
How are you
Love you. Good night.
talking?
with your mouth.
Yep.
So how,
The microphone.
yeah, how are you talking to the chat?
Through the microphone.
Oliver, let's go.
Oh, okay, Tater. Sounds good. Say good night, Gems.
Good night, Jam.
All right, love you. Good night. Finally, my own room. It says. My hubby never had his own room. He shared with his brother his whole childhood, and then oh, look at the PC. Shut up. I love the old PC. This is great. Can I turn it on because I want to? But yeah, my hubby shared a room with his brother growing up, and then he went to college and had a roommate. So it was kind of, yeah, kind of like that. I'm gonna put you here for now. Actually, can I put you here for now and get rid of this thing on the bed? Da-da-da. Also, we got the song requests, and don't forget, guys,
Look what I got.
Sports memories.
I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt.
What? It
And
makes
guess
me
what's
so happy I
inside
can hang
it?
up that hanger. You're officially here. I love that you said that because I always I'm like, you're officially here. Hey. Ella's officially here now. Toothbrush? What are you doing? Put it here? Why is the toothbrush in here? Oh, bathroom. There's a whole bathroom. And kitchen. Ella, it's allegedly. Allegedly. Oh, you just admitted it. You admitted who you are. Oh, look at that. Ah, look at the poses. Want the dab. I unlocked a picture. That's so cool. This game is adorable.
Meow, 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 meow.
Not the sad meow.
Meow, meow, meow.
Holly's officially here. Wait, are you done, Holly? Are you really officially here? Clothing. Let's put jeans in here. And, oh, shoes. Shoe. Oh, what's this? What's this? Hi, Rose. I didn't hear the text-to-speech, did you? Oh, this is CD shelf. Thank you, Rose. Welcome in. Yay, so close to sticker. Why'd you say, oh no? Because we couldn't hear it? I hear that noise.
Go shorty, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give a fuck, it's not your birthday.
Thank you for the happy birthday. Thank you for the confetti. Wait, what did Holly say? Blurbs are playing on my stream. We can stop. Holly, do you still have my browser source?
No, he's sleeping.
Holly, if you still have my browser source, delete it. Extra love. You know what though? My alerts. Oh, shoot. No! 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 Guys. Such a dumb head. Okay, so I was listen, Linda. I was experimenting with stuff. I was adding all these things, right? I was like, I'm gonna make a second alert box and mess with it. And I accidentally deleted my alert box that had all of my alerts and notifications in it. And I kept the one that doesn't have anything set up. Shoot, now I have to do all that work all over again. Guys, I was supposed to be like, let me tell you all the tips and tricks I've learned streaming. And I started with it muted. And now all the alerts are crazy. Dang Flabbit Jackson. I don't even know what to do. Should I sit here and do all the things again? I don't want to. I don't want to, though. But some of the redeems play special things. What do I do? There's no
Don't
undo
worry,
button.
buddy. You're doing fine.
Thanks. I honestly want to cry because that was so much work. I'm so dumb. Oof.
We mustn't panic. We mustn't panic.
We're totally panicking. We're totally panicking. Okay, let me at least turn a bunch of this off. Combos. Bits. Oh. Subbies. Okay, the good news is, a lot of the sub stuff and follower alert and stuff, those are through sound alerts. So I don't have to mess with that. It's just the channel points. Yeah, just the channel points. I could do that now real quick. Why don't we jump into one of my new games I just downloaded? Did you redeem a sticker? Did you? See that you can still redeem it, it just won't tell me. Okay, so one of the fun new things I got is called marbles, and I got Boom Bears, and I'm really excited. We are going to quick go to the menu. We're gonna quit this. We're gonna open Boom Bears. If you've never played Boom Bears, you will shortly, and you will love it. Just wait. To join, you just wait. Please switch back to your application and start playing. What do you mean? What do you mean? Marbles is also a lot of fun. Wait, how do I do Boom Bears? Hang on. It says it's running. Oh man, how does she do it then? Go back to my application, it said. I don't have a source though. How does one do Boom Bears? And marbles? How do you do that?
Bruh.
I know. This is what I was a little bit afraid of, that I was going to do a lot of new stuff and it wouldn't work, but that's okay. We will figure it out. Let's try, it says it's on. Let's go to the store page. There should be,
Don't worry, buddy. You're doing fine.
thank you. It can't be that bad. Overlay mode. Okay. How? Maybe we'll try marbles, and if that's easier, then we'll do marbles. Oh! I just didn't see it. It was behind everything else. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. We found it. Yay! Can you see it? Is it gonna appear? Let's see. Let's just do display capture. Battle Royale. Let's see, settings. Okay, we're just gonna give it a try. Okay, so you're gonna type exclamation mark join. I'm gonna snooze this ad real quick. Exclamation mark join to participate. You will get your own little teddy bear on stream, and then we will battle it out. We're just gonna battle it out. Starting in 60 seconds, so make sure you join. And while that is happening, I am going to try to fix my alerts. Even if there's not many of us, it'll still be really fun. Thank you so much for the dance party. How was everybody's day, by the way? How we doing? 2, 1, here we go. We're gonna battle to the death. It's gonna be so much fun. Oh. Oh, the map also gets smaller. Nobody's down yet. Bazooka, hey, you hit me. Rose, Batty, and Tater are down to 1 heart. I have to jam. Battle music. Go me go. Rose, congratulations. It also tells you how many times you won and stuff. Let's see. Let's do another one. That was fun. What, quick play? Make sure you join. No, little me bear. She's hacking? Oh no. A maniacal laugh. Just put mwahaha in chat. And I think there's I think there's game music in here. Let's see. Any audio? Yeah, there is. Oh, I could even make it a channel point redeem. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, get out of the options. 20 seconds. Exclamation mark join. Mwahaha. Alright. Focus. Let me see. Get him. Get him, Tiny Me. Get him. Get him, Tiny Me. We're all still alive. It's going great. I think this one. Rose, no way! You run twice. You won twice. Congratulations. You're the brat. I know you can be. I swear I'm not hacking. Is there a certain game mode? No. All right, let's do random. And wait, run on loop? Yeah, we're gonna start a loop so I don't have to press play every time. Maybe that's why you're not even watching. Sus. So sus. All right, back to work. Okay. I've got one down. I got one of them done. Look at dude. Save. Did I join? I did. Make sure you do !join. Then this one will be hit him. Take him down. Blow him up. Do the thing. Do the stuff with the things. Do it. Yeah. Get him. I'm coming. Oh, wait, I'm dead. Tater. Wait. Tater versus Rose. Rose, you have a lot of pent-up aggression, I see. No stinking way. Amazing. Wow. You're taking it out on all of us, and I am not mad about it. Wait, word guesser? Oh, hey, this is like words on stream. Do you want to try this? Or do we like Boom Bears better? The actual boom. Oh, you guys are figuring it out. Look at you. Ad starting in 17 seconds. Love you so much. We'll try it. We'll try it. And then I wonder if it goes back to Boom Bears after. We'll see. Okay, I got two of them done. Two of them done. I don't know how many I have though. That's the problem. That's kind of the problem. Because I have high, I have Dare Wheel. Hydrate is next. Good thing I had my coffee here. We're gonna change the font. You guys almost have it. You can do it. Do this. It has to be the Emma voice. It can't be Brian. It has to be Emma. And then we'll do this. Make it smaller. The good thing about redoing all of these is I already know what I want. So that's another one down. Let's go. The gem is one. You know what I like about this though? I like that it tells you the words you missed. You know? Confetti! That's not how I spell feel. Hi, lady. Welcome in. Thank you. That reminds reminds me, guys, it's time to change my hat. So let's stop this for a second. No. No. Okay, hang on. Settings. Stop loop. Stop the loop. Stop the loop. Stop it. Okay. Let me get the wheel. Wheel of Fortune. No, not really. But let's get the wheel. And I have a hat's wheel. And you guys, the best part is you don't even know what hat it's gonna be because it's hidden now. You can't see it anymore. All right. So, let's go. Not Tater trying to join. What? Try again. I'm already wearing the birthday hat. Hey, Nikita. What we got? Viking hat! Alright, hang on.
We mustn't panic. We mustn't panic.
Hold on, my kid messed with it. So now I have to fix it.
So just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Nice.
It makes my head look so big. So, maybe I should talk in a brave accent from here on out? Wait, what's something that, Merida would say?
Nice.
Thank you. Batty. So real. For real, though. What's something Merida would say? We devils more like. Blasphemous Wisconsin. I don't have the clip command. You have to actually press the clip command. Mom, it's just my bow. Yeah, give me something to say in a brave. Guys, it's not shaped right. It wants to sit sideways. You know what? You do you. You do you. But yay, we did it. We did it. We did the first hat thing. Now I have to wear this to the next one. Okay. Back. Back, I say. Let me see. 1 second. I'm gonna turn this off for a smidge. You love it? Yay! I'm glad you're enjoying it. This is ridiculous. Should I move my webcam up so that you guys can see my whole hat? It's just a wee sheep's stomach. More like How to Train Your Dragon? Sure. But I can't do that voice. I love that you took the character I sent you and made emotes. It's just a wee sheep's stomach. Okay, hang on. We're gonna take this down. We're gonna go back to Boom Bears. So lady, here's what happened, right? Thank you, Rose. Thank you. Guys, I had to assemble this. It didn't come with instructions. This thing and these were all separate. And I had to figure it out on my own. Do you know how difficult it was? Not very. You know how upset I was? Very. Anyway, lady, so far, everything has been...
A dandelion must be the last one this season.
Must be last one in the season. Thank you for the 4 bits, Tater. Thank you. Whenever somebody sends bits and subs, I'm gonna put something on my face. So that's a thing. Let me play some music while we do this. But ladies, so far a lot of things have gone wrong in my stream. And you know what better way to celebrate the stream than having things go wrong? You know what I mean? Okay, I'll give you a few choices here. We got pearls, okay? We got squares. We got circles. All colors. We got rectangles. We got hearts. We got ovals. We got teardrops, and we got flowers. What would you like? Always happening to you? I'm so sorry. Here are all these choices. It's basically pick a shape and a color. Tater. If you guys send bits or subs or anything like that, I'll add another to my face because I have a million.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hello. Welcome in, Gaia. But yeah, I didn't really know what to expect tonight. And clearly, this isn't doing what it's supposed to either. But we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. I am not. So tonight I'm on Twitch. Tomorrow I'm just on TikTok. And then on the 17th I'll do both for like the big event. Let me see. I'm so excited for the Jonas Brothers concert.
Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go out.
Welcome in, Lady K. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Hello. I don't know if we've met before. I don't know if you've been here before, but thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. I'm just a Viking. No. My name is Quartz. This is Quartz Stream. Today and tomorrow. Oh, first time stopping by. Thank you for coming in. Today and the next 2 days, we're celebrating my birthday that was on the 5th and my streaming anniversary, which is on the 17th. So we're doing crazy hats. I'm waiting to see what sticker to put on my face. We're doing boom bears. Same game and I like your vibe. Thank you. You were playing Unpacking? I just started it and I already love it. Okay, Betty. Why is my thing doing the font? Why is it doing that font? It's so unreadable. How was your stream? If you have to get going, if you want to raid and run, totally fine, no worries. Take care of yourself. If you want to stay and lurk, that's awesome. If you guys want to know a little bit about me, I'm a variety streamer, so I do things like Unpacking in Dreamlight Valley, but then I also just finished up God of War, and I play some BioShock here and there. So we get a little bit of everything, and I'm open to game suggestions, and we're just kind of cozy chaos. So even when we're playing like God of War, we're just having fun. You know, like there was a lot of this in God of War. There's a little bit of this. And you know, just like a little bit of meow. So that was God of War. Oh, welcoming the weekend with mellow vibes. I love that. Do you have big plans this weekend? Let me scroll up. Tater, did you say what shape and color you want my face to include? You have to pick a shape and a color of the gems, otherwise I'll just do one. You gotta pick one, and I'll put it on my face. But yeah, we were, of course, on my big streamiversary celebration, I started off muted because I messed with my mic and I forgot about it, and forgot to fix it, and then, I accidentally deleted my alert box, so while we're playing Boom Bears, I'm trying to fix it. And then something else happened that I can't even remember. But yeah, it is what it is. Oh, okay. So I have flowers, teardrops, rectangles, ovals, squares, hearts, circles, pearls. And they're in like every color. So what color and what shape, my friend? And while you are doing that, we can go back to Boom Bears. If you haven't seen Boom Bears before, it's really funny. All you have to do is put !join. And this is word guesser. Hang on. We don't want word guesser. Not random. We want battle royale. That's what it is. Do !join. It already has Rose in there because she's champion, I guess. And then you get a little teddy bear that has your name over it, and then we fight to the death. And if you want to stick around, I'm going to be giving away a Twitch sub, a TikTok sub, and a $5 e-gift card at the end of the stream. So I hope you guys stick around for that. I'm gonna quick go back to my alerts so I can fix it. Enjoy the chaos. Enjoy. Also, let me know if the audio is wonky, because I can never tell. Lobster? Bring in the dancing lobsters. The font I use is Lobster. That's the font I use for the channel point redeems. Okay, and then we want to say the alert text. We want Emma. We're going to change this to that, and we're gonna scale it. Oh, it's already scaled. We're gonna change that to glimmer sound. Go, go, go! And there's another alert done. Let's go. You're already in it. I know. Flower blue. I did not what shake you got. Flower blue. Okay. Is it? It was just me, Tater, and Rose. I love it. By the way, guys, I hope you followed Lady K. Let me make sure I follow Lady K. I really appreciate that raid, friend. Let me see, Lady K. Follow. Boom. Hopefully I can check one of your streams soon. You said blue, right? Flower blue. Okay. We got our first blue flower. Gorgeous. Thank you for my blue flower. Thank you for the bits. Hey, I won! Guys, Rose finally lost. Oh my gosh. Yay! Alright, let's run this on loop. Because this is just fun. And then I'm almost done, and then we'll move on. At least I hope I'm almost done. My goodness. Close that. Which one do I want next? Yeah, I think this also has, excuse me, music playing, so I'll just leave the other music off for now. We go to lobster, normal, 20, say alert, and go to Emma, and then we go to image library, add that, sound library, add that, save, done. All right, next. Get him, little quartz, get him. Get him, little quartz. Get him. Get him. Did you guys hear the new Twitch nonsense about lurkers? They're saying that in order to prevent counting bots as viewers, they are not going to count a viewer unless they interact with the stream. So I'm not saying you have to, but if you want to be counted, Tater, let's go! If you want to be counted, make sure you at least say hi or something. Do a redeem or something. Otherwise, they won't count it. It's so weird. There we go. Tater, they put you in automatically because you're champion. If I was smart enough to hack. Sounds good, Rose. Lurk away. She was hacking. Didn't hack this time, you're welcome. Handeth you the title. Too funny. Alright. Let's see. I don't know how many more I have. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. I have 5 left. Can I do it? Can I do it? We will. We'll find out, I guess. Get him. Attack. Attack. Boom. 4 left. Man, I've done a lot of these. Rose! So much for lurking. Way to go. Amazing. Love it. Okay, after this one, we can switch to marbles. Luckily, I did that one already,
Relatable
Rose.
Rose is here lurking.
Welcome back. Oh, little Tate. After this one, we'll check out marbles. See how it goes. Maybe the text is a little small, though. Hang on. What did I do for this? Yeah, I made it smaller. Shoot, I probably have to make these all a little bit bigger. Save. 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 Go, go, go. Go, go, go. All right, I have 3 left. We can do it. We can do it. I'm doing the sticker one next. Just so you know, Betty. Oh, Rose versus Tater. It's Rose and Tater. Rose won again, and she's lurking. Alrighty. We're gonna stop that for now. Look at my pretty background today. Isn't that so cute? And we're gonna try some marbles. It's similar in that we race against each other, but this time you're a tiny little marble. Accept. Sign in, confirm, authorize, logged in. Okay. Get started, confirm. Okay, get started, sign in. What? Authorize? Marbles! I didn't even join. Yeah, they automatically put the champion in. Can't win for nothing? Did she do the sticker redeem already? You did! I haven't saved it yet. You were too soon. Wait, I have to verify it now? Please hold. Hello? Verify, please. Thank you. Don't forget to put your favorite Quartz stream memory either in chat or in Quartz queue in the Discord, because we will be reading them off soon. Wait, support a creator code? What do you mean? Okay. What? What is it doing now? Did everyone have to do this just to get to marbles? Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Submit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wait, why is it... Why do I... Huh? Get started? Game will launch new browser. Confirm. Create your account and code, share with community, and earn. Okay. I didn't know this was a whole thing. Okay, I guess we're not doing marbles. Planet, if you're here lurking, can you... Wait. Oh! Ta! Golly! I am a mess. I tell you what, I'm a mess. Hang on. Can you guys hear the game? Hello, over here, windowed. Oh, I can do that. Okay. What the heck? Okay, you can. Mine is in our chats. Yes, yes. And the sticker redeem. Okay. So this should be good. Apply, back, standard. Let's do a leap to remember. Viewer, play. New stuff, let's go. Trying new things. Maybe I should change my stream info. Let's do marbles. So now you're gonna do exclamation mark play. And then you're gonna join here, and then all of our marbles are gonna take off and we're gonna race. Start. Wait, that's only 10 seconds. I hope you can join. Echo? What's echoing? Me? Echo? Echo? What the heck? How do I find people? How do I watch? How do I watch? Can I follow someone? Oh, I died. What? How do you do this? Ah! Why is this inverted? Patty, you're doing great. I'm a Neanderthal, but you're doing great. Go, Batty, go. Is there a way to track you?
Tata Divine 12 is here lurking.
Enjoy the lurk. I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be a very long... Okay, here's the end. We'll look at that real quick. As if I play by myself. I was playing, but I died. Okay. Let me finish these alerts real quick. I think I only have 2 left. Hey, 1. Let's see. Settings. View distance, epic. Textures, effects, reflections. Colorblind, strength, audio, mouse and keyboard, gamepad, forward and back. Okay, apply, back, random track. Okay, countdown is gonna be 40 seconds. I think that's enough. Join and start. Subscribers. Huh? Type play. I don't know. Hopefully this works. A massive echo? Am I echoing? Hmm. Can you hear me? Is it still echoing? Is it still echoing bad? No. And now? Is it that echoing? Boop, boop, boop. Oh, I just realized something. Still echoing? It's echoing in my ears. What in the world? Are you sure? Are you on your phone? Because if you're on your phone, sometimes when I am on the opening screen and then I go to following and then I click on them, sometimes it echoes because it's playing both the same stream at 2 times. Do you want to try that? Let me know if it works. Oh, this is why this was doing that. Sorry that the stream isn't like popping off or anything, guys. I hope you're okay with the chill stream. Especially with this alert stuff. It's so annoying. I think I only have one left to board redeem. Okay, so let's do a lobster and normal, and that's right. That and Emma and image that 25% and glimmer save. Boom. Okay, I should be done with that now. That should be good to go. Keep getting kicked out of the stream? I hope not, Tater. Okay, we're done with the marbles and stuff. What did I have next for us? Let me double check. Because I should also probably do the giveaway thing soon. Okay. Oh, I was gonna look at some, before and after clips of like some of my videos on TikTok just to see the difference. Like some glow up moments, since it's the glow gala tonight. And then we can open up our giveaway. We'll do the Twitch sub first. And then we'll do the TikTok sub. That being said, let me open up the giveaway. And I will also open up my TikTok so we can kind of, so we can look at some of my very first videos and see the difference. Okay. That. Create and start. Okay, so the giveaway is now open for the Twitch sub. How you enter.
BattyBrat0823 just redeemed song request.
Yay, sounds good. That fixed it? Yay, Batty, I'm glad. If you want to enter, make sure you go down here and click enter, or type enter, ! Enter. And it will be a Twitch sub for a whole month. If you're already a Twitch sub, I can give you next month free, or you can give it to somebody else. And while that's going on, let's look at my past videos, shall we? Not ticket, ! Wait, is it? You're right, it is ticket. Thank you. ! Ticket. Let me change that on the screen. Where is it? Text. Ticket. Boom. Yay! 2 entrants. Again, do ! Ticket if you guys want to be entered into a drawing for a free Twitch sub for a whole month. All right, let's go to my very first live ever. Little context, if you guys weren't here, some of you have been here from the start. If you weren't here at the very beginning, my first stream ever, I didn't think I would stream, and I thought about it for quite a while, finally felt encouraged enough to give it a go, and one random, very random night I was home alone, I took out my laptop, I turned it on, and I just started streaming. Yeah, so this is the bare bones of TikTok, and it is with my laptop on my couch. So let's watch. Can you hear it? Don't hear anything? Okay. Let me see. Okay, and if I do that, and I do this, can you hear it? Okay. Then it must be this one. Still nothing? How about now? about this? Let's do my headphones. Mm-mm. 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 Sorry about that. I'm so sorry. I know what to do, but I can't do it. Hang on, hang on. Okay.
No. You have a criminal record? You do?
Do you hear that?
Basically, we're a judge.
Did you hear that? It says it's going. Okay, okay, okay. Guys, I can't tell you. This is so hard. The technical side of streaming is insane. All right. Here we go. First ever edited video of my first ever stream.
And we're making all the bad
hang on.
Basically, we're a judge. And we're making all the bad choices, actually. Yes, and our cat is Chester. Yeah. Hold on, guys. Let me shop at work. Anyway, so we've been working hard this month. We let everybody go. Are we benefiting from jail? No. 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 You have a criminal record? You do? Okay, I'm done. No. No way! You've been arrested! Basically, we're a judge.
Oh, that was great. That was awesome. That was probably too loud because it was doing two of them. Little more info for you guys. So you know the glowing crystal effect here, the like floating crystals? I love that, but it makes everything tinted orange, so you can't really see me, and then it also took up a lot of bandwidth. So I wanted to keep that for as long as I could, but I didn't use it for very long. Also, this game, Judge Sim, if you haven't played it, you should. It's hilarious. You get to be a judge and determine who gets to go to jail and who passes, who gets let free. Also, look at my crystal counter. This is my follower count, 49. I started streaming at 49 followers, and we are currently 1662. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Very, very big growth, and I love it. Let's look at the next one. I started my streaming journey. Thank you, lady. Could never play that game. It's so funny. The problem is you get arrested. So the next thing I did on stream was Animal Crossing for a long time. It brought in a lot of good people. It helped me find a lot of really great people. But I never played it before, so a lot of it was really funny because, like, for instance, this one is me learning how to fish. So let's enjoy that.
I'm trying to figure out how to fish. There was a tutorial, but I did it yesterday, and it has since completely left my brain. I'm doing this wrong, aren't I? Alright, I'm too impatient for this. Wait. Is this right? Oh, no, the shadow's gone. Bug. I gotta get it. Get it. Get it. What button? Why is this? What am I doing? Get it. It's right in front of you. What do I do again? What do I do again? I didn't do it. I'm gonna starve. soon. Huh? Is that it? Oh! Oh my goodness, that's aggressive. That actually scared me. Yeah, everybody, come on! I'm trying to figure out how to fish.
The audio was so bad, but I literally was using my headphone microphone, and I was using the sound effects that come with Live Studio, and they were too loud, and I was too quiet. And look, I didn't have a capture card. What I did was I set up my phone, I plugged it into my laptop to keep it charged, and I set it up like this, and then I put my Switch in front of it and laid the game case behind the Switch like that, and then I connected it to my stream so that you could see the video, and then I just sat there and played using my phone camera and audio. So the audio for the game was barely there too. But I did this for a while and it worked. But it's so cool. After we do a couple more of these videos, I'm going to show you guys my current setup so you can see the crazy difference. Yes! I mean, it's been a year. And look, at this video I already have 92 followers. So I had like doubled already. Also, lady, don't forget, if you want a free Twitch sub, do !ticket. I am going to let that giveaway go a few more minutes here. And if you're not here, then I guess you're not here. Because what time was I going to close that? Let's see. This is my first time like doing a real giveaway too, so what I'll do is I'll save the TikTok sub for tomorrow. Since we'll be on TikTok, we'll do the 3 subs for TikTok tomorrow and give it away on TikTok. Tonight we'll just do the Twitch sub, and we'll pull the winner of the Twitch sub at 10 o'clock. So that's in 17 minutes, guys. 17 more minutes to enter for the Twitch sub, and then we'll be giving away a gift card. And I don't know how I'll be doing that just yet, but we will. So stay tuned. There you go, Planet. Yes, good job. Okay. Next one. More
We're on
Animal
like day
Crossing.
4, and so far
This one is, what did it say on the screen? Oh, this is just called Nonsensical Animal Crossing, and you'll see why.
we're on like day 4, and so far I'm
Yeah,
playing it. Oh my gosh, it's raining. Where can I get an umbrella? Can I have your umbrella? Give it. I'm not reading any of this because it's not about the rain or the umbrella. I'm sitting here spamming it impatiently. It should work. Put that bat in your pocket. What are you doing, girl? It's raining. Ain't nobody got time for that. It should be like Hulk quartz. Get it. Oh, I ate 10 pears. I need to just go to my house while I run with an axe
I
like
ate
a
10
safe girl
pears.
does. Good heavens, I must maintain my composure.
Oh yeah, I did.
If you hold B, you can sprint. Rest assured, the wretched thing will get the best of care. Here, I'm kind of British when I'm Blathers. Wait, what magic wand? There's a magic wand? You can put outfits in your wand? And there you have it. Fascinating stuff now. We're on like day 4, and so far
Animal Crossing was so confusing, and I didn't get it. Let me know one of the upgrades. I got a new headphones right there. Funny story about those, they broke. How did they break, you ask? Liam. Just like that. So, I got a new pair of the old headphones that you saw in the first video because they lasted me like 8 years. And the only reason I stopped using them was because it was starting to be finicky when I plugged it in. Sometimes it wouldn't work. So I just bought the same pair because they lasted forever. and they're plugged in. So this pair of headphones, I learned that I don't like Bluetooth headphones because they run out of battery midstream. And if I plugged them in, they would stop working still, even charging. So now I only use headphones that plug in for that reason. All right, let's do one more that I really liked. Oh my gosh. Well, we can do the YMCA Dare. Yeah, let's do the YMCA Dare, and then I'll show you my 5,000 and 1,000 and 1,500 viewer videos. Because when we get to 2,000, I can do it again.
I have to stand and dance? No. No. See, Lindsay redeemed a song. Okay? She redeemed a song. That doesn't mean I have to dance.
Thank you very much, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
No! Keep the things y'all make me do, I swear. Why did I add dare? This is my own fault. Past Courtney is the worst.
Do you guys remember when people used to make me eat a spoonful of mustard?
YMCA. You want Paw Patrol? Okay, mommy has to dance first. Thank you for all of the donuts. I appreciate you. I'm burning off the donuts as we speak. Okay. 3.5 minutes out of 4 is fine. We're good. That's the limit. We're good.
Shout out to Liberal Arts Princess. That's Princess
I am
Pico.
so out of shape. And now you've all seen that. So you're welcome. I have to stand.
You so awesome. You so cute. You make my heart go woot woot.
Thank you. Right back at you, friend. If you guys want to keep going down memory lane, how about I save some of these and we'll do a little bit each night because it's fun for me to rewatch too. And just seeing the growth is awesome. And then let's do these follower count videos and then I will show you guys what I currently have so you can see. So this is when I hit 500 followers.
By the way, guys, if we get 3 more followers, we'll have 500 gems in our community, and I will write the number 500 on my forehead.
And every time I hit a goal, I write the number on my forehead.
Lou, thank you so much. Jordo Bob, thank
That was the first time Lou followed? No way! Lou doesn't show up all that often anymore, but her name was like Lou Butterfly MXUS, right? So I called her Butterfly Lou, and then eventually on the board I put her as Butter Lou, but now I just put Lou and a butterfly. I can't believe she's been following that long. Almost a year.
Thank you, your gems. Oh my gosh, okay, Jessa!
Spicy Hen says, okay, so how do I participate in the Friday TH?
Thank you so much for 500 followers! Alright, guys.
I wish I could move
We're
this
doing purple.
analytics thing.
And yes, it's Expo, because I'm not crazy. Okay? It's not permanent marker, because your girl's not crazy. But it is the best color. Alright, I'm gonna do this in my thing. How am I gonna do this? Okay.
I'm not doing permanent marker. This was backwards looking in the camera, by the way.
And you know, I'm the only one that made me do this. The monkey O. You know what? I'm gonna keep it. I think it's great. 500 followers! Let's go! By the way, guys, if we get
Shortly after this, I had my first ever troll, and it wasn't even that bad. Somebody came in and commented, bro, 500 is not that deep. And my lovely mods muted and blocked him immediately. But I was like, well, you don't have to. That's fine. Like, I was going to say, girl's not crazy. I was going to say back to him, and I did say before I realized he was blocked, I was like, 500 isn't that deep. You're right. But I started with 49 followers, and I had just hit 500 in a very short amount of time. So it was a big deal to me. And every time I hit my goal, it's a big deal. Because small streamers you know, your growth is gonna ebb and flow a lot. You're gonna get a lot of followers and then you're gonna get nothing for a while. And it's just kind of, it is what it is. So every goal is awesome. Where did my 1,000 go? Here's my 1,000. Context, we were playing Fortnite. I was deep in the throes of Fortnite obsession.
Finally got enough people for a 7-mile spanking.
Thank you for the follow, Lady K. I appreciate that. 500 is a huge milestone. Some people are so rude. I appreciate that. On TikTok, it seems like nothing, but it really is something for someone who started with 49 followers. So we're playing Fortnite, and I hit my follower goal in the middle of a match, so be prepared.
Wait, what?
We got 1,000 followers.
Let's go!
Woo!
Yay! Thank you.
That's amazing.
Wow, you guys are the best. Thank you so much.
Court, someone's coming towards you.
I don't care.
He's not.
I'm
He
busy.
just got down.
I'm busy.
No, I got,
We lost because we got 1,000 followers.
careful.
I don't care.
Am I the only one alive? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Y'all could, oh, nope, not anymore.
Wait, what?
We got 1,000.
It's so lame to laugh at myself, but I thought that was so funny. All right, and then we'll do 1,500 gems, and then we'll switch things up here. In 1 minute, by the way. I don't know if I wrote 1,500 on my forehead. I think it happened off stream. So let's do that now. I don't think I ever did. Where'd it go again? Where'd it go? This.
You make me wanna celebrate, celebrate, celebrate.
And that was on 5/2. Yeah, I just did this. So why not do an honorary 1,500 since we still haven't hit 2,000 anyway? Let's do that. I'll do it in purple. Get up close and personal. And purple. Okay, backwards. Ooh, this one's showing up really well. Hang on. Oh, that's okay. Oh, yeah, this isn't gonna be as good as the other one I did. How did I do this? How did I do this? Wait, is that? Oh gosh, it's still backwards. Oh no. Beautiful. We're gonna try again. Hang on. I forget that this camera is the right. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be easier. There we go. Because I'm writing right to left. Duh. Oh. Ah! Okay. There's a 0. Oh. 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 And there's a 0. Beautiful. It looks like 2 mangoes. They're very happy together. And I dropped this. Okay. It is about time that I get this Viking helmet off. So we're gonna spin the wheel. Real quick. Because I can't do it anymore. Alright, hang on. Go back. To this. To this. And let's go. No. Remove that. Try again. I'm also like sweaty in this thing, jeez. Banana hat! don't want to cover the 1500. Hang on. We'll get a close up. It's a banana. You see it? I feel like this is the front. My son wore it like this. Should I do that? Is it more obvious that it's a banana? What do we think? Sideways or front? Here's the end. These are folded a lot. Like, they don't keep their shape. I have to, like, pull them. I feel like sideways might be better. You can tell it's a banana. If I do this, you can't really tell. What if I do like a classy, like a side? How about that? What do we think? I'm gonna do this. That'll be good. Perfect. I'm gonna do sideways because then you can tell it's banana. Okay, remove that. 1 second here. Let me also get rid of Viking because we did that one already. Okay. New hat acquired. Now, let me show you guys around my current setup so you guys can see the difference. All right? Let's go. We'll put music on while I do it. I'm just gonna pick up my camera. Is what it is. Also, don't judge any mess. Don't judge. Okay? I'm gonna turn this up. Okay. Here we go. I don't know if it'll go this far. But obviously, I have my chair. I have a nice cushion because sitting in a chair for that long is really is really hard on your tushy. Okay? I have my board. As you saw in the videos, I used to put Court Stream and my Rhodonite section was like this big. And now I use the whole board. Isn't that cool? Here's the cool PC that you guys helped me buy. The VR headset that I won in Nikita Fajita's stream. That was her personal headset because she upgraded and gave it away. The cute Fortnite squishy that Holly Pocket bought me. Then over here, I can pull this a little bit. Okay. So here I have my dual monitor set up. Bear with me, it doesn't go all that far. So I have my two monitors. Here's you guys. Here's the Spotify. I usually have my game over here, and then I have OBS right here. I have random nonsense there. My phone goes in the little slot. Here's my keyboard and mouse. I got my Stream Deck. Those are full of markers. I got my Daily Gem cards and affirmation cards. Thanks, Holly. I have this little coaster that I put my drink on. I have my sticker book and my stickers. Batty Brad, I just remembered you redeemed a sticker and I'm so sorry. I'm a failure. I will do that immediately after this, I promise. My water, random stuff. This is my microphone. It's plugged in right here. It comes out here so that, like, this is me sitting and talking to you guys. That's what it looks like to be me. And then I have my trusty fan that keeps me
Tata
cool.
Divine 12 would like a sticker.
Sure, Tater. And then I have my, oh, that's a surprise. I have my box of stuff. I have random stuff down here, like the office thing. I have tissues because I need them, and trash. That's cool. Also, are you ready to see the other chaos that is my children? Because this is all the playroom. Art stuff. Board games. Mess. Mess. More mess. Olaf. Mess. Books. We read. That's proof. And then that's a closet. It's a very small closet, and that's the door out. And that's the blinds that I never got fixed. So there, you got a tour, guys. I hope it was not what you expected, but everything that you expected at the same time. It is what it is, you know? I don't remember where this goes.
Nice.
That's the problem. Thank you. Yeah, so compare all that to my couch, a laptop, and that's it. Oh, this desk too. I didn't even have this desk. Excuse me. And for a while, I didn't have this desk. I had another desk that was like half the size. And then I added the desk and I got the monitors and the PC and all that stuff. So yeah, isn't a house with kids without mess. Exactly. Thank you, Batty. Okay, so let's do your stickers now. Yeah. Batty, would you like Yogi, Baby Yoda and Pikachu with the surprise face, or glittery, sparkly, purple blue crystals? That's for Batty. Oh, wait, oh. And then Tater, would you like a purple amethyst quartz that's gorgeous, or Bernie Sanders pointing saying, I did that? Repoll? Sure. Also, stickers weren't what I started with doing. I did that like a few months into streaming, and we already are on our second book. Would you like Let Me Cook or A Smiling Chihuahua? Batty. Yay, the quartz won. All right. Let Me Cook. Sounds good. All right, Tater is 46. And I know LRD isn't here, but I finally sent out her page today. And I've been meaning to do that for like 3 weeks. But every time we went to the store, we would forget to, I'm going to put this sideways because it fits nicely. No, it deserves its own spot. Every time we went to the store, me and Luke would forget. There's your sticker page so far, Tater. And then, never let me do with them pestering me. You never get to cook. 38. Ooh, Batty, we're getting so close. The little Chihuahua makes me miss my Chihuahua. That's now in Florida. Also, I'm going to put it here so it looks like the skull is saying, let me cook. Look, you're almost done. Maybe 3, 4 more stickers. And then I can send it to you. You knew your page. Way to go. That's awesome. All right. Did I miss any other redeems? Does anybody want their daily gems? Oh, I can't wait for the Jonas Brothers concert now. Yay!
Batty Brat 0823 would like a daily gem.
It's a channel point redeem, lady. You got clear quartz, Batty Brat. Get crystal clear. I think that means go see your eye doctor. Guess what? I need to. For sure.
Lady Gamer _ 411 would like a daily
Selenite,
gem.
clear the clutter. Apparently we're in a clearing mood. Look at that. That's pretty. Well, call me out then. Tater!
Tata Divine 12 would like a daily gem.
Epidote, go deeper. That's what she... Hold on, hang on. Hold on. Ooh.
That's what she said.
Shh.
That's what she said.
Go deeper. And ignore all the buttons I just pushed. In the arms of the angel started playing. I forgot I had that. Okay.
Emotional damage.
Oh, emotional damage for real. Rolling. What was the next thing I was gonna do? Oh, it's past 10 o'clock. Let's go ahead and pull our winner for the Twitch sub. Let's go. Let me make sure I know how to do this. So, anybody, any last entries? Exclamation mark ticket? Anybody? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, it's closed. All right, we are going to draw a winner, and I will show you my screen so you know I'm not lying. Okay? Full banana on screen, perfect. Here it is. I'm going to pause the music to draw a winner. Look, it just random. It's not as exciting as a wheel, but look who it is. It says in chat too, Planet. You want a free Twitch giveaway? Sub giveaway, sub. Yay, Planet. Woohoo. All right, now don't be discouraged. There is still a $5 gift card at stake. Whoa! Yay! Do we like this, or do we want the wheel? Because I can manually enter in the wheel if we prefer the wheel. It's a little more exciting, but this is more efficient. So what do we think? Yes! Yay! Let's do a hype song. Planets. Let me see, hang on. Gift a sub. Gift a sub. Processing. Oh, hang on. Please hold. I don't like using PayPal, so it makes me go through everything. Do that. Drum roll, maybe? Ah, there it is. Congrats on the sub! Thank you for being here. Love it. Let's go ahead and do the wheel for the next giveaway because it's so fun. Let's see. So if you would like to be entered for the giveaway for the $5 gift card, here's the thing. For the $5 gift card, guys, it can be any internet e-card. We haven't. Let's do that too. While you guys go ahead and put gems in chat if you want to be added to the $5 e-gift card. Just put gems in chat. I will add your name. We'll spin the wheel. And while all that's happening, let's read our Quartz favorite moments. Because let's see. Oh, let's do this one actually. Burp burp. Because I was going to do that. Yeah, I was going to do that a long time ago. And we can spin for another hat soon. I think. Yeah, so I didn't get to everything I wanted to do, but that's okay. We actually haven't been playing that much game. But again, is what it is. Let me change to just chatting. Because that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay. Yay, hat. So last chance, guys. If you want a bonus entry, okay? If you want a bonus entry... Tater, the picture of me. If you want a bonus entry into the $5 gift card giveaway, go to Quartz Q and put your favorite Quartz stream memory or type it in chat now. You did. I'm just gonna use this and type you guys. So we'll put Batty Brat, Planet, and if you want to be entered, put gems in chat. It doesn't have to be that specific gem. You don't have to be a sub, but any kind of gem, like there is an emoji that's literally just a gem. And while I wait for a few more people to do that, lady, like I said, it can be any online gift card. It can be Steam. It can be Amazon. Whatever you want. It could be Nintendo. It's $5 of whatever you want. Let's turn the music back on and let's read some of these memories. Holly! Thank you for 1,000 bits! Thank you so much, Holly. Thank you. Holly, what sticker do you want on my face next? I have lots of shapes in every color. Oh, no, Batty. Thank you for reminding me. So we have pearls, we have circles, big and small. We have flowers. I have one flower here. We have ovals, teardrops, hearts, more circles, rectangles, and squares. And they're in every color. Planets. Heart? What color? Pink? Thank you, planets. Look! Hype train! Thank you for the hype train! Yay! And look, Holly became our new hype boss. Thank you, Holly. And then Planet gave 500 bits and it took 500 HP. And if you want your HP back, you have to give bits or subs to get your HP back. No pressure. Yay for the hype. Okay, Holly, I'm guessing you want pink. So I'm going to do pink. Yeah, the hype boss. We're going to do it right on my nose. Wait, this isn't a heart. Golly, get it together. Yes. Oops. Okay. Pedro, Pedro, Pedro. And then we'll read off the other memories real quick, and then we will do the giveaway. Holly, do you want to be entered in the $5 gift card? If you guys want to be in the e-gift card poll, just put random gems in the chat. Doesn't have to be my gems, it can be any gems. You sent a sub to happy birthday. Thank you. That's so funny. Thanks, Holly. Oh, Planet. What would you like on my face? Thank you so much for the sub. With the bits and the sub, you can get 2 on my face. And
That's what she said.
Ooh. Exactly. Oh, hot dog. What shape and what color? I'm asking for a friend.
Nice.
Noise. Okay. Holly goes on the wheel. Batty gets a second entry. At the same time I hit send. Yellow and blue hearts are there? Yes. Yellow and blue hearts. That works. And while I put this on, let's read some more memories. So Katie Nicole put in a memory. Yellow and blue. She said the OG couch streams when your Nintendo Switch was on the screen visiting people on Animal Crossing. All the laughs, the chaos, and the love. You've come so far this past year, and I'm so proud of you. This community is absolutely amazing. Oh, Katie, I don't know if you're still here, but thank you, friend. Yeah, a yellow and a blue. Beautiful. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much. Let's add her name before I forget. And we don't have to hide the... It doesn't have to be a mystery entry. Holly. Let me put the music back on. Oh my goodness, thank you guys. You all made me smile. Thank you so much. I know, in kind of seriousness, we had a huge community shift not long ago. A lot of people left, and it was heartbreaking, and I still miss them, and I still love them. Everybody that decided not to come back, I still love them. And I'm not just saying that. None of them are here, so I'm not just saying that. Like, I miss them and I love them, and I wish what happened hadn't gone down the way it did. However, it's been very nice and uplifting that we've had new people join and a lot of new people that have found a home here. I think it's amazing. And the people that stayed through the stormy weather, you have no idea how much I appreciate you and how much I love you guys. And I'm really, really glad you guys are here. And I'm going to try really hard not to cry. Oh, we got an emote. What is it? This one? It's called Gimme Dat? Is it that one? Is that what I got? I also have... Wait, what other ones have I got? I also don't recall getting this one. For Mind. I don't know when I got that one either. Well, that's fun. Okay. Any other entries? Rose, do you want in on this? I don't know if you posted any gems. Uh-oh, random attack incoming. Okay. I don't see any.
So I think we're gonna go ahead and do this. Let me see if there's anything else I want to do just to build suspense. You know what I mean? Oh, there is one more thing we can do. After we do this, I have another wheel that's super special, and we all know it as the dare wheel. So after this, we will do a dare, and then I think we'll do a dance party. And then we might call it a stream. Unless you guys want to wind down. How about this? How are we feeling? Are we feeling like we want to end on energy? Or do we want to end on winding down with unpacking? Because we can either end with a dance party, or we can end with unpacking. Winding down. I feel like I don't want it to end. Planet, I love you. Honestly, I'm ready for it to end just because of all the kinks. Oh my gosh, this stream has had so many issues. But I've been implementing a lot of new things. A lot of new things. And whenever that happens, it's gonna be rough.
That's what she said.
Showing myself out now. That's why we have had babies in the past 3 months, girl. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. 10 seconds, and then I'm doing the drawing. If you want to enter, speak now, or forever hold your coconuts. You heard me. 10. 9. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Here we go, guys. Are you ready for this? I don't know if you're ready for this jelly. Hang on. Before I do this, let me shuffle. Shuffle. Okay. Let's go. Hold your coconuts, you heard me. Oh no, it's an ad break. Hey! Congrats! Katie Nicole! Sorry if some of you are in ads. Sorry about the ad timing. I don't know if she's still here. Is she still in the room with us? User! Are you here? Here. User! I don't see her listed. But I have her contact, so she can't escape me. So I will reach out to her and give her the gift card. Thank you so much, Katie Nicole. Oh, Betty. Guess what, guys? There is still 3 TikTok subs to give away, another $5 e-gift card, and a $10 e-gift card over the next 2 days. So if you didn't win today, chances are if you come back tomorrow and the next day, you're gonna get something. Thank you so much for participating in that, you guys. I really appreciate it. I love you all so much. Seriously. Why don't we do a new hat first? I'm gonna hide this while I put the hats back up. Feel free to read my stream card. Let me see what hats are left.
I think that's it. Oh yes, song. Remind me what it was again. Wait, or does it tell me here? What it sounds like. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. You know my memory. Lose. All right. Mystery entries. Here we go. We'll change the hat, and then we'll do a quick dare, and we'll have a dance party. Then we'll do unpacking. Feather hat! This is the most messy of them all. Please hold.
Nice.
Welcome to my stream. I'm Quartz. But I'm taken, so don't do nothing.
Oh my God.
The eyebrow.
God! No! God, please, no! No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No!
What do you think? Do I have a future in Las Vegas? Planet, I just got a flashback to your potato hair. Your potato hair. Oh my gosh. Too funny. I love it. Burlesque wouldn't know what to do. The jiggle! Exactly. Also,
That's what she said.
oh man. Okay. Let's do another spin of the dare wheel. Dare wheel. Guess what? There's a lot more on this one. And I will tell you right now, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. Oh, I need to play that. Can I pet that dog? Let me see. Maybe I can play it for you. Can I pet that dog? Where'd it go? There it is. Where is it? Hello? Blurp. Why you no do the thing? You do. Blurp. Well, whatever. Dare wheel. I'll fix it later. Act out a dramatic death scene.
No! God! No! God, please, no! 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 No!
All right, we're gonna do it, guys. What did I die from? And it has to be dramatic. What can I die from in this hat?
So just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Food poisoning? All right, sounds good. Packed by a bird? Both? Falling out of an airplane? Okay, hang on. Let me see. What's like a dramatic music? Let me also... Do you like how the wind is blowing my feathers? Where'd it go? Hello? Hello? Oh, it's not on this one. Dramatic music. All right, I'm gonna attempt in the next 20 seconds to do 4 different deaths. Can I do it? Probably not. Will I attempt? Maybe. All right, hang on. I have to enter the scene. And scene. Did you like the pecked by a bird part? You know what? I took theater. I did. Thank you. Thank you. I think the hat really added to the drama. That was fun. Chef's kiss. Love it. Oh, this is a good song too. All right. So now you guys are going to perform with me. We are going to have a dance party. And I'm going to challenge you to pick your favorite emotes. Favorite emotes, dancing, booty shaking. What? What? And I want you to be dancing with me, okay? As we do this. Are you ready to shake your stuff? Are you ready to show me all your favorites? Are you ready? I don't think you're ready for this jelly. You ready? A go. I'm sorry, Pamela. All right, one more song. It's not the full thing. I want to see more emotes, guys. I need more emotes. Ready? Set. Go. Not the immediate lurk. He's like, I'm not doing it. Yay! Thank you for dancing with me. I loved it. That was so good. That was so good. Batty, I know you're lurking, but I'm gonna play your song next. And we are gonna wind it down, guys, with some unpacking. I played like 5 minutes of it this entire stream. But we also played Boom Bears, and we played Marbles for a second. Planet, if you're listening, how do you follow the marbles? Like individual marbles. Because I can't figure it out. With this dude? Am I the dude? I love that. Alright. Here is... Ooh. All the dancing made me burp. Oh, okay. Thank you. Alright, here is Batty's song, and then we will shuffle just random songs. Oh, started dancing with us? Oh, I love that. We'll go back to unpacking. And let me see. Before I forget, if you guys stay to the rest of the stream, I'm going to be on another 24 minutes, and then I'll give you guys a quick sneak peek of what is for tomorrow night. Sound fun? Okay. This is what it feels like. Let's get unpacking back up. And while it had a very bumpy start, I'm loving the ending of this stream. I think it's really fun. And honestly, I think a lot of the craziness in the stream is also due to my nerves. Because I've never done something like this before. I've never worn crazy hats on stream with sparkles. I know. You would think I had by now, but I haven't. I haven't. Alright, let's go change this. Done. Okay. We were in the midst of doing this, what, dorm room? Is this a dorm room? You think? Feel free to get cozy, guys. Take a second, go hop in your bed, get all warm and toasty. Relax. Now is your chance to fall asleep to a more calm stream. Oh, we unpack this. Okay, what's this? Blue shoe. Perfect. More shoes. How many shoes do you need? How many shoes do you need? Yay! Ooh, not the brazier. 2 braziers. 3 braziers. A poster. I feel like this would be accurate with the posters kind of everywhere. Ooh, Game Boy Advance still? Let's go. Aw, she still like has all of her stuffies. Whoops, I put some here. Close that for privacy. Still an eraser. Oh, look at that filing stuff. That's fancy. Fancy. What's this? Reese? Underwear. Why am I unpacking on these? Toaster? Oh, right, there's a kitchen. What do you mean there's a toaster? Toaster don't go in the bedroom. K-pop is so good. If you guys haven't seen it yet, make sure you do. I recommend. Very good. Dance shirt. Dance, dance. We're falling apart to have time. Dance, dance. Alright, let me make sure. Hey, Cake by Lucian.
Such a good song. Is anyone bothered that I'm not facing them all the same way? Don't bother anybody. Not necessarily gonna change it, but does it bother you? Book. My book. Mouse. I feel like the mouse should be on this side. So I'll put the eraser here. Ooh, mouse pad. Let's put the game over here. Mouse put there. Ruler. Sure. Sure. More books? How many books do you need? No? Okay. Ooh, headphones. Put them there. T-shirts. Pants. Huh. I guess we'll put pants here. And then we'll put all the undies in the same drawer. I feel like that makes sense. Is this all the dresser space you get? Because that's not much. Oh, you still have your baby. Little robot. Things. Soccer ball, that's cute. My shirt. This game is cute. I really like it. I feel like these shirts should be hung and then these keys because they're like long sleeve. That's what I'm talking about. One sock. Oh, I didn't even think about this. I'm gonna put you down here. Put you. Wait, no. Put you up there. Put you down here. And put you here. Nice. Like it. Oh my gosh, so many shirts. How many shirts do you need? Oh, man, for power. Okay. My shirt. Oh, those are PJs? Where did I put my PJs? Wait, is there a bedroom? No, there's just a bathroom. Where did you guys put the PJs?
All the times that you rain on my parade, and all the clubs you get in using my name.
At least you have
think
plenty
you
of underwear.
broke my heart, oh girl, for goodness sake. You think I'm crying on my own, well I ain't.
Look at that, it fits nicely.
And I didn't want to write a song, cause I didn't want anyone thinking I still care or don't. But you still hit my phone up, and baby I'll be moving on. And I think it should be something I don't want to hold back. Maybe you should know that
I think it does.
my mama don't like you, and
let's see
she
what we
likes
got here.
everyone. And I never liked to admit that I was wrong.
Soap.
And I've been so caught up in myself, didn't see what's going on, but now I know.
Do you think I
I'm
can put
better
the
sleeping on my own, cause if you like
Genius.
the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself.
Okay.
And if you think that
Do you guys
I'm
actually floss?
still holding
I need to,
on
but I don't really.
you should go and love yourself.
But I should.
When you told me that you hated my friends,
You know what else? This game kind of makes me feel bad that I haven't, like,
I still haven't really unpacked from moving here a year ago. What is this?
Forget where I came from. And I didn't want to write a song, cause I didn't want anyone thinking I still care or don't. But you still hit my phone up, and baby, I'll be moving on. And I think it should be something I don't want to hold back. Maybe you should know that my mama don't like you, and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong. And I've been so caught up.
Who put the pot in the bathroom one? Guys, we talked about this.
I'm better sleeping on my own, cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself.
Look at all the cute mugs.
If you think that
Is that a mug?
still holding on
I think so.
to something, you should go and love yourself.
A little tea one. A sugar. Little cookie jar. My mother-in-law makes cookies from scratch, and they are delicious. And now every time we visit, we ask for cookies. And she has a little cookie jar, and it's so cute.
I fell in love, now I feel nothing at all. I never felt so
probably in the
low
drawer,
when
right?
I was vulnerable.
Oh, that's
Was I a
silverware.
fool to let you break down my
Okay, silverware.
walls? 'Cause if you like
Does anyone have a specific place that they put their silverware? Like, in what order?
baby, you should go and love yourself.
I feel like you either do...
That I'm still
I feel like you either do knife, fork,
go and love
spoon, or you do spoon, fork, knife. But like fork usually goes and stays in the middle. You know what I mean? This is looking like a house. Ooh, regular? Sure, we'll put that there. Oh, but a cutting board too? Could go up there. Let's put this here, and we'll put the cutting board down here. So I feel like that's more accurate. I feel like this gets hung. This goes here. Ooh, big Remember that there. I can go in here. Here. What's this? What is that? Is that sponges? Oh, I think it's a sponge. Thing. Is that a sponge holder? I don't know. Spatula. That's done. Keyboard. Oh, that makes sense. You definitely need a keyboard. Okay, let me rotate this if I can. We'll put this ruler. Oh, hey. There's room in here and down there? Stop. I wish I had realized that sooner. Oh well. We'll put... This can stay there. We'll put this in there. Can I rotate this? Okay, but then this is in the way. There's that. And then there's this. Beautiful. And then put that there. Sure. Why not? Looks good, right? Feel free to chime in, guys. If you see me doing something stupid. It's likely to happen. Oh, there you go. Is there like a would this hold the spatula and stuff? No. Opener. Thing. Sponge. Oh. There's a lot of stuff. Shoe. That explains why that shoe is. What is this? Wait, what is that? I have no idea. No clue. None of your glasses match, ma'am. I don't know where to put this pot. I can put it way up here. I feel like that's fine. I wish I could put it right here. I feel like it would fit. Okay. Salt. And this is paper towel. How do you fit all this stuff? Oh, actually, put this here. This can go down here, right? Perfect. Ah, what? Okay, maybe this goes down here. And these go in the drawer. Okay, I think that's right. What do you mean? I can't even put them on the bed. Okay, that can go there. That can go there. Okay. This can go here. Okay. This book in particular cannot go there. Good to know. Boom. Did it! When did you play this, Tater? Alright, I think we'll do one more level and call it a night. We'll do a little preview of tomorrow as well. 2007. I wonder what year it goes up to. Look at this. This is a cute little living room. Book. I like that this at least has some stuff started for you. Oh, look, she kept some of this stuff from, like, her childhood. That's adorable. I like being dead. What is this? Is this a book or something? Isn't that a book? Why is it not? Oh, okay. Oh, is it a console? Doesn't look like one. Shirt. Why would a shirt be here? I don't think it goes in the kitchen. Oh, this bigger kitchen, that's for sure. Oh, will it go in here? Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice. Is it up here? Oh wow, there's a lot of rooms. Oh. Okay, what else we got? Picture. Boombox. CDs. Pot? Not that kind of pot. Don't go around that. Okay. More books. That's got a lot of books. What is this? Huh? Wait, Rascal? Is that like a game? Oh, look at that. There it is. Here with me. Ooh, controller? GameCube! Oh, I miss my GameCube. I think a year ago I'd play it when my daughter was sleeping. That was when she was a newborn. I spent hours on this game. How long is this game? Is it really long? Oh, I think these are video games. Wait, I think these are video games. This is a version 2. What is that supposed to be? Is that like a gecko in there? Look. What is that? Is it like a walking stick bug? I don't know, but I don't like all this insect stuff going on. Look at all the insect stuff. I don't want that. No, thank you. You should be able to like drape this over the couch. It's a blanket. Boom. Okay, I think that's this room done. Does anybody have plans for tomorrow, by the way? You've gotten a lot more dishes. Look at you. Do you guys have plans for tomorrow? Or is it like a rest day? Is this like olive oil? I feel like that's olive oil. You did. Do you want me to play it again? I don't mind. What is that? It's like a tiny koala. I guess we'll go here. What is that? A tiny koala? Finally get a day off tomorrow. Hanging out with my kids. Nice. I love that. Added to queue, added. Can you guys even hear the game? The little clinks and stuff? Why is there a star and a koala? What are and a heart? Do you guys have any idea what a koala, a star, and a heart? Does it not go in this room? Okay. I seem quiet. Fridge magnets. Oh, thank you. I never would have figured that out. Let me check. That's good. Mike said 300%. Maybe I'm just talking quieter. Is the music going in twice? It is. There. Now let me see if the game captures. Yep. Okay. I think the music was doubled. This is what it sounds like. Oh, pots can go down there. This seems like a bathroom towel. Yeah. Put the pot down here. This is what it sounds like. Griddle. Bug spray. First aid. Sponge. It's a good song though. But I can't move that? What do you mean I can't move that? Oh, let's put there. Oh good. I think everything else was just loud. Gets goosebumps so bad when I hear it. Touch my soul. Oh, I love that. Everyone should have a song that does that for them, in my opinion. Okay. This is what it sounds like. Bathroom. Only one box. I like that. Razor. I guess there. What's this? Oh, nail clipper. Hairbrush. Put this in here. What's this? I don't know. Okay. Perfume. Sure. Put that there. Does anyone actually have a back scratcher? I feel like the razor goes here. Sure, we'll put that there. We'll put this here. Because I don't have a back scratcher or a loofah. Should I? This is what it sounds like. Such a good song. Anyone else put this spray on top of the toilet tank? Like I do? I wish scrolling would take care of the zooming in and out. Oh, here. Ooh, look, she upgraded her laptop. You go, girl. Or her PC, I mean. What is this? Paper. Goes here? Okay. Sure. Head scratcher for Jacob's stocking stuffer. He loves it. Is that the thing that looks like this and it like goes on your head and comes back off? Always has her colored pencils. Is she an artist? She always has this stuff.
Batty Brat 0823 just redeemed song request.
Golden. Ooh, good one. I need to add that whole album to my liked songs. Added. I'll be running. I'll be running. I guess your alarm clock will go on the desk. Tell the loved ones out. iPod shuffle. Who had the Zune and who had the iPod? Sounds good, Batty. I'm here for it. Honestly, I'm really glad that I watched it because otherwise I would have been like, why? Like, why are you so obsessed with these songs? What are they? Not really. I'd be like, sure. Why not? You had a real knockoff? What was your knockoff? The same things. Oh, that looks like a very manly shoe. Not gonna lie. Oh, hello, pants. Hello, skirt. Boop. Can't let go. Walmart brand? Let's go. I'll be running. What's that? Dice? Etch-a-sketch? Mouse? Boom. There's the mouse. Boom. Planner. Sometimes knockoffs are better than the real thing. True. My foster mom refused to buy me one. That stinks. Bad foster mom. Actually, let's put you up here. Why not? Ooh, something fun. I love that, oh, look at the cartridge things. I love that even though she's, like, growing up, she still has all of her, like, little toys and knickknacks. It's adorable. Yeah, I actually really liked my Zune. Paid. Biting. Like I'm on the beat. How is this supposed to go anywhere? Believe. Going up, up, up. It's our moment. You're gonna be golden. Wait, it has to go over here. That's where the chair is. Hiding, like I'm gonna be. Is this right? Oh, I bet you it goes down here. Oh, that's where it goes. Obviously. I don't know where this goes. Maybe in another room? Like this? I don't know. We're gonna try it. She was trying to make sure I understood the importance of money. That's fair. That's good though. Piggy has remained. Piggy is like the lone survivor. I wonder which stuffies she ends up keeping. Oh, voices. Boom. Hiding like I'm gonna be. Okay. Ooh. Oop. Filing. I guess I could put the shoes over here, huh? But I didn't want to put it over here. Sue me. Don't really. Stop, I'm trying to shut the drawer. I actually hate closets with these two sliding doors. It's so annoying. Maybe we'll put this up here. And we'll put this here. That looks good to me. Ooh, another hanger. Pants. More pants. Frisbee? What is that? Is that a shoe? Like a water shoe? Oh, are they ballet slippers? What is this? Is that a vacuum? I don't know what half this stuff is. Alright, I feel like this doesn't go in here. I feel like it goes in there. Does anyone really fold their laundry like this? Their undies? Do you really fold your undies like that? Because I don't. Naked in my bed, making beautiful mistakes. Ooh. We'll put this here. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is her uniform. Where does she live? I mean, what does she do? Pajamas, pajamas, pajamas. I need more hangers. Because that's too nice to put down there. A tiny trash can. Weights. She's gonna put them under the bed because she hasn't worked out in a long time. We all know. Making beautiful mistakes. Alright. Now we got this room. Don't think my closet will ever be that organized, especially my undergarments, right? Alright. I'm gonna finish this room and then we are wrapping things up here. More books. Books, books, books. I don't know if I have that many books. Do you guys have that many books? I'm just gonna compare my life to hers. For obvious reasons. I mean, I'm going through all her stuff. Should we feel bad that we're going through all her stuff, or should we be proud that we're helping her unpack? You know what I mean? Tower of Pisa. Making beautiful mistakes. Boom. Used to be super meticulous about everything, but since I had kids, I don't care. More important things to worry about. That is so valid. Very valid. Why doesn't that fit there? I don't know. Look at the baby cheek. They're so cute. Oh, this guy. We're gonna do that. The thinker. The thinker. Is that Red Panda? That's cute. This doesn't go here? Goes in the bedroom? No, that doesn't go here. This goes in the bathroom? Oh, the clippers go somewhere. Oh, it tells you where to put things? Okay, well, where does the frisbee go? Here? Huh? No? Okay. Does it go here? Where does the frisbee go? Maybe in here? Okay, closet? Sure. I guess it goes in the closet. What else did I miss? BTS! I do like BTS. Wait, what? Oh, well then why was it highlighting it? Is it telling me it's in the wrong spot? There's that done? And then the spoon. Can I put it here? No. Can I put it here? No. Well, I can't put it in here. There's nowhere to put it. Let's put this. It won't let me move it. Okay. Can I put this in here? No. Can I put this in here? Yeah. Can I put this in here? It. Perfect. We did it! It is a good song. Boom. Ooh. Sticker. Perfect. Way bigger than my last kitchen. Oh, and you can go back. Classes start Monday. Uni, here I come. Oh. Are they British? They said uni? Anyway, I forgot that I'm wearing a ridiculous hat. That'll be it for the stream tonight, guys. Amazing stream. Here's a little sneak peek at tomorrow. Thank you, all of you that showed up. I really, really appreciate you. You are absolutely amazing. For real, for real. Night 2. We are going to be giving away a custom Discord role that only 2 or 3 people will get, called the Year 1 Star. We will be giving away 3 TikTok subs. This is all happening on TikTok tomorrow. And we'll do another $5 gift card giveaway. We are also going to be shouting out gem nominations. I need to get those nominations up so you guys know who to vote for. But you'll get a bonus entry to the drawings if you say why you are a gem, either in the quartz queue or send me a message if you want to be anonymous. We'll read some live. And, what else? We will play some more games. And prepare for the final night, which is where we'll do all the gem nominations. We'll give away a $10 e-gift card. And we will have an awesome dance party. So, thank you. I'm glad you guys had fun. Hopefully everyone else either fell asleep or is just lurking and nodding off. Because that would be amazing. I love when people fall asleep to stream. It's like a big compliment. All right. We don't have many to raid out with. And I don't... Oh! Yay! Thank you for that. Thank you! I appreciate the confetti. There are a few other people playing Unpacking. But, meh. Actually, let's do Autumn Applesauce. Thank you, Batty. I appreciate you. Let's go ahead. Autumn Applesauce, I think they rated me before, and I haven't rated them back. They're playing Infinity Nikki. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna raid. It gets you more channel points if you stay. You don't have to stay and watch her stream, but it's nice to show a little love and support to other streamers. So if you like her vibes, give her a follow. If not, no worries. There will be other raids. If you don't want to join, make sure you hit the leave button. And just thank you again, guys. I really appreciate you. You are absolute blessing to me. We'll do our quick promise. you can copy and paste the first message for non-subscribers, and you can copy and paste the second one for subscribers. Ooh, Helen Keller quote. Your success and happiness lies in you. Resolve to be happy, and your joy and you shall form an invincible host against difficulties. Love Helen Keller. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Proverbs 3:6. Fun little quote. Thank you so much for being with me here. I love you. I'm looking forward to an awesome year ahead, and tomorrow night is going to be so fun as well. I hope you guys can make it. Remember, I'm only on TikTok tomorrow, okay? And then we'll dual stream the last day. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Love you so, so much. Bye.
Batty Brat 0823 says, see you next time. Tata Divine 12 says, see you next time.